show on Kids Place Live, and we are, well, I've got a story for you. So we were talking about pepperoni, fish pepperoni just a few minutes ago, and I have a story for you about a certain shellfish that almost ruined the Tokyo Olympics for the rowing teams. So here's the deal. The Olympic canoeing and rowing events are taking place in the Sea Forest Waterway in Tokyo Bay. But a bunch of oysters had other ideas. So let me start off by saying that these floats were installed throughout the bay to keep the waves from crashing in on the athletes while they were competing. But, and when I say floats, I mean like floating buoys. However, these sneaky little oysters decided to latch onto the buoys, so many of them, that the buoys started to sink down around the course. So we've got these buoys that are intended to keep the waves from crashing in on the athletes, but the oysters are getting in the way. They're like, hey, let's have fun, let's latch onto these buoys, sink the whole things. And then they had to call in the special equipment to help remove the almost 14 tons of oysters. Now, to give you an idea of how much just 1 ton is, think an African elephant. So that's like 14 African elephants worth of oysters sinking these buoys. The whole ordeal cost about $1.3 million to fix, and the oysters are not even considered edible or safe for consuming because they have to go through all these safety checks. So they're not sure what to do. I mean, they've come up with a temporary solution for right now to get us through the Olympics. But apparently, this is the only international standard rowing course in all of Japan. So they've got to come up with a better solution to get rid of these oysters so that, future rowing and canoeing teams can train and have events post-Olympics. Can you imagine that, Tori? Things that no one saw coming.
How do you even... What do? You get a giant spatula to scrape them off buoys? How do you even remove oysters in this situation?
I don't know. I don't know what this machine was, this equipment that they brought in to remove 14 tons of oysters. But those oysters are just going to be making more oysters. I don't think they've got a long-term solution yet for this. So you might want to be thinking maybe you can help the future Olympic Games and the athletes who will be training there post-Olympics. I bet, when people sat down to make a list of everything that could possibly go wrong during the Olympic Games during a pandemic, oysters was probably the farthest thing from anyone's mind.
Also, hold on a second. Did you say Olympic rowing and canoeing?
Mm-hmm.
There's canoeing in the Olympics?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Canoeing
Now
always seems like a very relaxing,
It does.
Not
Extreme canoeing.
I know.
I haven't seen any of these canoeing events, but oh boy. Do you think the oysters know what they're doing?
Oh.
Do you think they're being selfish, shellfish, doing this on purpose?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I don't know. But oysters just getting in the way, messing up the whole thing. And you can't even eat them. All right. I think the real Olympics should be, they could eat them. These are like edible oysters. They just have to go through all these safety checks. But wouldn't it be fun if there was an Olympic game where the rowers would have to stop, pick the oysters off the buoys, get them out of their shells, slurp them up, and keep on rowing? You just change the event.
What's that sport where you have to do 10 things? It's like, you have to do cross-country skiing, and then you have to shoot a bow and arrow, and then you have to get back on your skis and go biathlon.
I don't even know.
Right?
No, triathlon is 3 different things.
No, not triathlon. There's another one that's
diathlon?
Anyway, it's a thing where you have to do like a million things while also going a long distance. You have to keep stopping at these stations and doing different stuff. Maybe we could start doing that with the canoeing and rowing, swimming even, all those different pool games that we love to play in the pool. I would like to see Olympic athletes playing sharks and minnows, or diving to the bottom of a lake or the pool to get little rings off the bottom of the ground, you know?
Or you treat this like a video game. The rowers, the canoers, they're all making their way along the course, and every time they pick up an oyster, pull an oyster off a buoy, it's like do 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 do. And whoever has the most oysters weighing down, basically, if your boat sinks at the end of the race, you win the gold. Because you've got that many oysters in your boat. Why don't people put us in charge of these things, Tori?
Great question.
I don't know. All right. We'll be right back. It's the Absolutely Mindy Show on Kids Place Live. Speaking of the Olympic Games, here's Perry Grip with Guinea Pig Olympics. Birthday missions are coming up next.